Commander Taiwan Kim stood tall on the observation deck of Earth's International Space Station. His dark uniform was pressed perfectly, metals shining under the lights. But his face showed worry. Today was supposed to be a great day for Earth. The day humans met aliens for the first time. "They're coming out of the jump point now, sir," said Officer Han, pointing to the main screen. The Kraken ship appeared like a giant metal insect. It was 5 times bigger than Earth's largest spacecraft. Its surface gleamed with strange blue lights. "Open the welcome channel," Taiwan ordered. The United Nations had prepared for this moment for months. Earth's leaders had chosen Taiwan to lead the first meeting because of his calm way of talking and his 20 years of military service. "This is Commander Taiwan Kim of Earth. We welcome you in peace and friendship." The screen flickered. Then it showed the Kraken leader. Taiwan tried not to show surprise. The alien was nearly 3 meters tall with a hard, shell-like body. Its face had 4 black eyes and a mouth full of small, sharp teeth. "I am Supreme Commander Vrek of the Kraken Empire," the alien said through the translator. "We have studied your world for some time." Taiwan nodded. "We are honored to meet an advanced civilization. We have prepared gifts as a sign of friendship." He gestured to the small ship ready to dock with the Kraken vessel. "Food, art, and information about our cultures." The Kraken made a sound like rocks falling. The translator said it was laughter. "Your gifts are not needed. We have come to add Earth to our empire. Your resources will serve us well." The room went silent. Taiwan kept his face calm, though his heart beat faster. "Perhaps there is a misunderstanding. We wish to be friends and trading partners, not subjects." "There is no misunderstanding," Vrek said. "We have watched your broadcasts. We know you fight among yourselves. Your weapons are simple. Your defenses are weak." Screens around the room started flashing red. Officer Han looked up from her station. "Sir, they're scanning our defense systems worldwide. They're mapping everything." "Stop your scans immediately," Taiwan demanded. "This is an act of aggression." The Kraken leader's 4 eyes blinked slowly. "We are being kind. Most species get no warning at all. You have 30 days to surrender Earth. After that, we take what we want." Before Taiwan could answer, the screen went dark. "They've cut communication," Han said, "and they're moving away fast." Taiwan turned to his team. Their faces showed fear, anger, and shock. "Get me the Security Council. Now." His voice was steady, even though he felt anything but calm. 6 hours later, in the underground war room beneath Geneva, Taiwan faced the world's leaders on large screens. The testing had already begun. Fighter jets had tried to approach the Kraken ship. Their systems failed before they got close. Missile tests showed the same result. "The aliens have technology that stops our weapons," General Wu said. "Nothing we have can touch them." "There must be something," said the French president. "We cannot just surrender Earth." Taiwan looked at the reports in front of him. "Our scientists are working on new ideas, but we must face facts. The Krakens have likely conquered many worlds. Their technology is far beyond ours." "So what do you suggest, Commander?" asked the U.S. president. Taiwan stood straight. "We keep trying every weapon we have. But I think our best hope may be to find something they don't expect. Something not based on technology at all. Something uniquely Earth." Little did he know that Earth's greatest weapon would come not from labs or factories, but from the wild plains of Africa. 3 days had passed since the Kraken threat. Commander Taiwan Kim had not slept well. His office in the Geneva Defense Center was filled with reports. None of them offered hope. The door opened without a knock. A woman with short black hair and glasses walked in. She wore a lab coat with many pens in the pocket. "Who are you?" "This area is restricted," Taiwan said, standing up. "Dr. Jewry Park, Level 7 clearance." She placed her ID card on his desk. "I have a solution to our alien problem." Taiwan checked her ID. It was real. Level 7 was higher than his own clearance. What department are you from? Dr. Park. I run Project Laughing Death in Kenya. It's not in your files. Only 5 people know about it. Juri sat down without being asked. For 10 years, we have been studying Earth's most dangerous predators. Taiwan frowned. We need weapons to fight the Krakens, not animal studies. Juri smiled. It was not a warm smile. What if the animals are the weapons? She opened her tablet and showed him a video. It showed a group of hyenas in a testing area. They were bigger than normal hyenas. Their movements were faster, more focused. These are not regular hyenas, she explained. We changed their brains to remove fear. We made their muscles stronger. They can run faster and bite harder than any natural hyena. You made monster hyenas. Why? Taiwan asked. The program started as pest control for dangerous alien plants. If Earth plants ever went to other worlds, we wanted something that could eat them quickly. Juri swiped to another video. This one showed a hyena breaking through a metal door. But the military saw other uses. Taiwan watched the videos with growing interest. Dr. Park, these are impressive animals. But the Krakens have spaceships and energy weapons. How can hyenas help us? That's the best part. Juri leaned forward. These hyenas have special glands that make very strong smells. We made these smells even stronger. They use them to mark territory and scare other animals. You want to scare the aliens with bad smells. Taiwan could not hide his doubt. Not just any smells. Special chemicals that Earth predators make. Chemicals that evolved on our world over millions of years. Juri's eyes were bright with excitement. The Krakens did not evolve here. Their bodies never learned to handle these chemicals. Taiwan thought about this. You think these smell chemicals might affect the Krakens badly. I think they might hurt them very badly. Like a strong poison gas would hurt humans. Taiwan stood up and walked to the window. He looked at the people walking below, not knowing that aliens would soon attack their world. Your project was stopped. Why? Juri's face grew serious. The hyenas became too aggressive. They attacked handlers. They escaped the test area once and killed local wildlife. The UN committee said they were too dangerous. And now you want to use them against the Krakens. Yes, we have 50 of them ready. They are the perfect weapon. No technology to disable, just pure animal instinct and power. Taiwan turned to face her. If we can't control them, they might be as dangerous to us as to the aliens. That's why we need your help. Juri stood up. We need military transport to get them where they need to go. And we need handlers who understand the risk. Taiwan looked again at the video of the hyenas. They moved like shadows, their eyes glowing with strange intelligence. How soon can they be ready? They are ready now. We just need your permission. Taiwan nodded slowly. Get your team here tomorrow. I want to hear every detail of this plan before I take it to the Security Council. As Juri left, Taiwan wondered if Earth's last hope really rested with a pack of engineered hyenas. It seemed impossible. But then again, so did fighting off an alien invasion. Sang-Min Lee had not left the intelligence center for 2 days. Coffee cups and food wrappers covered his desk. His eyes were red from looking at screens for too long. But he could not stop now. As Earth's top code breaker, Sang-Min had one job. Find out anything he could about the Krakens. His team had captured some alien signals when their ship passed near Earth's satellites. Sir, I think I found something, called Jaiho, one of his team members. This signal has a pattern. Sang-Min moved to Jaiho's screen. The young analyst had found a repeating signal from the Kraken ship. It looked like a supply list. Good work. Run it through the new translation program. Hours later, Sang-Min rushed into Commander Taiwan's meeting with Dr. Juri Park. He did not wait to be invited in. Commander, I have important news about the Krakens, Sang-Min said, trying to catch his breath. Taiwan looked annoyed at the interruption, but waved him in. This is Officer Sang-Min Lee from Intelligence. Dr. Park was just explaining her hyena project. Sang Min nodded to the scientist. Dr. Park, your idea might work better than you thought. We broke a Kraken code. They have a weakness. He placed his tablet on the table. It showed alien text with Earth translations. The Krakens come from a world with lots of ammonia in the air. Their home planet has almost no oxygen. Their bodies are not used to Earth's air. Ju Rai leaned forward. This matches what I thought. Their biology must be very different from ours. There's more, Sangmin continued. They wear special suits when they go outside their ships. The suits filter Earth's air, but there's something they fear most. He pointed to a section of text. They call them organic disruptors, chemicals from Earth animals that hurt their nervous system. Ju Ri's eyes went wide. The scent markers from predators. The same chemicals my hyenas produce. Taiwan looked between them. Are you saying the Krakens are allergic to Earth animals? Not allergic, Ju Ri explained. It's worse. Their bodies can't process these chemicals. From what Officer Lee found, it seems these chemicals attack their nervous system directly. It would be like a poison gas to them. Sang Min nodded. They have filters in their suits for many Earth chemicals, but they don't seem prepared for strong animal scents, especially from predators. Taiwan stood up and walked around the table. So Dr. Park's hyenas might actually hurt the Krakens. How sure are you of this? The signal was clear, Sang Min said. They consider Earth's predator chemicals as dangerous as we would consider nerve gas. Ju Ri could not hide her excitement. My hyenas produce these chemicals 10 times stronger than normal hyenas. We made their scent glands bigger. They mark territory constantly when they feel threatened. Which is all the time since you removed their fear, Taiwan noted. Exactly. Ju Ri smiled. They are walking chemical weapons, made specifically for the Kraken biology. And the best part is, the aliens don't expect it. They think we will use technology against them. Taiwan's face showed he was thinking hard. We need to test this, a small test, away from people. The Krakens sent a scout ship to Africa yesterday, Sang Min offered. Just a few aliens. They landed in a remote area to take soil and plant samples. Perfect, Taiwan said. Dr. Park, can you have some of your hyenas ready to move in 6 hours? Yes. I'll take 5 of our best specimens. She stood up. I'll need to go with them. They know me. This is very dangerous, Taiwan warned. If we're wrong about their weakness, you'll be facing alien weapons with only animals to protect you. Ju Ri's face was serious now. Earth has 27 days left. We need to try something. Taiwan nodded. I'll arrange a transport plane to take you to Africa. Officer Lee, keep working on their communications. We need to know if this works. As they left to prepare, Taiwan looked at the pictures of the hyenas again. Earth's last hope against advanced aliens was a pack of angry African predators. It sounded crazy, but sometimes crazy was all you had left. The World Security Council meeting was not going well. On the large screen, 12 angry faces looked at Commander Taiwan. This is madness, said the Russian representative. You want to fight aliens with wild animals. Taiwan stood straight. Not wild animals. Specially made hyenas, and we have good reason to believe they will work. The Krakens have spaceships, the Chinese representative said. They have weapons that shut down our jets. How will hyenas help? Dr. Ju Ri Park stepped forward. The hyenas produce chemicals that hurt the Kraken nervous system. Think of it like a natural poison gas that only affects them, not us. The American representative shook her head. And if you're wrong, we waste precious time while the Krakens prepare to attack our cities. We need to try all options, Taiwan argued. Our normal weapons do not work against them. We need something they don't expect. After 2 more hours of argument, the council finally agreed. Operation Scavenger would move forward, but with strict rules. Only 5 hyenas would be used for the first test. Back at the Kenya Research Center, Dr. Du Hyun Choi waited for Ju Ri. As the lead animal trainer, He knew the hyenas better than anyone. "They're ready," he said when Jure arrived with Taiwan. "I picked the 5 most controlled ones. They will follow basic commands." Taiwan looked through the thick glass at the hyenas in their pens. They were larger than normal hyenas, with stronger legs and bigger jaws. Their spotted coats were darker than regular hyenas. Their eyes seemed to watch everything. "How dangerous are they to humans?" Taiwan asked. Du Hyun's face turned serious. "Very dangerous. They have no fear. They see anything new as a threat or food. We will need to keep them in special cages until the last minute." "What about the noise they make?" Taiwan had heard recordings of hyena calls. They sounded like crazy laughter. "We did not change that," Juri said. "The laugh is part of what makes them scary to other animals, and it helps them communicate with each other." Do Hyun showed them the equipment. Each hyena will wear a light armor vest. It protects their vital organs but lets them move fast. The vests have cameras so we can see what happens. "How will we control them?" Taiwan asked. "We don't really control them," Du Hyun admitted. "We point them in the right direction and let them do what comes naturally." Taiwan did not like that answer. "What if they attack local people or animals?" "They won't," Juri said. "The Kraken smell will draw them. We tested this with samples from their ship. The hyenas hate the alien smell. They will ignore everything else to get to it." A soldier came in with a message. "Sir, the transport plane is ready. The Kraken scout ship is still in the Serengeti. They seem to be taking plant samples." Taiwan nodded. "Let's move. We have 5 hours before dark." As they loaded the caged hyenas onto the plane, Taiwan felt doubt. Was he making a huge mistake? What if the hyenas did nothing against the aliens? What if they escaped and hurt innocent people? But Earth had few options left. The Kraken main ship had moved to orbit around the moon. More scout ships had landed near major cities. They were mapping Earth for their invasion. On the plane, Juri checked the hyenas one last time. She had worked with these animals for 5 years. She knew how dangerous they were, but she also knew what they could do. "Will this work?" Taiwan asked her quietly. "It has to," she answered, "because nothing else will." The plane took off toward the Serengeti. Operation Scavenger had begun. And with it, Earth's strange fight for survival. The sun was setting over the Serengeti when the Earth team arrived. Captain Sun Wukang led the military part of the mission. He and his 10 soldiers wore camouflage and carried stun guns. Regular guns would not work near the Kraken ship. "The aliens are 1 kilometer north," Sun Wu said, looking through his binoculars. "Their ship is small, probably holds 5 or 6 Krakens." Taiwan, Juri, and Du Hyun watched from the back of a truck. The 5 caged hyenas made low growling sounds. They could smell the aliens already. "Remember, we need video proof that this works," Taiwan reminded everyone. "The Security Council needs to see results." Do Hyun checked the small cameras on the hyenas' vests one last time. "The cameras will send live video to our tablets. The vests also track their location." Ju Rai looked nervous. "These animals are our work for years. I hope this is worth it." Sun Wu returned to the truck. "The aliens are outside their ship. They're collecting plants and soil. They look relaxed. They don't expect any danger." Taiwan nodded. "Now is the time. Release the hyenas." Do Hyun pressed a button on each cage. The doors opened slowly. The hyenas did not move at first. They sniffed the air, their powerful noses catching the strange alien smell. Then, as if given a command, all 5 hyenas jumped out of their cages. They moved like shadows across the grass, their strong legs carrying them quickly toward the Kraken ship. "They're moving fast," Sun Wu said, watching through his binoculars. "The aliens don't see them yet." On the tablets, they could see what the hyenas saw. The cameras bounced as the animals ran. Ahead, 3 tall Krakens stood near their small ship. They wore armor but no helmets. They seemed to be studying plants. The lead hyena, a large male named Alpha, let out the first laugh-like call. The other hyenas joined in. The eerie sound echoed across the open plain. The Krakens turned toward the sound. Even through the camera, Taiwan could see they did not look worried. The aliens reached for weapons on their belts, looking almost bored. "The aliens aren't scared," Sun Wu said. "They think the hyenas are just local wildlife." "Wait," Juri whispered. The hyenas charged the last 50 meters, running straight at the aliens. As they got closer, the special glands on their bodies released a flood of scent markers. The cameras showed the air around them shimmer slightly from the chemicals. The change in the Krakens was instant. One fell to its knees. Another dropped its weapon and grabbed at its head. The third tried to run toward the ship, but moved like it was drunk. "It's working," Du-hyun said, his eyes wide. "The chemicals are affecting them, just like we hoped." On the screens, they watched as the hyenas reached the aliens. Alpha jumped on the first Kraken, his powerful jaws clamping on the alien's arm. The others attacked the fallen aliens. The Krakens tried to fight back, but they moved slowly, clearly in pain. "Their nervous systems are shutting down," Juri explained. "The chemicals blocked their brain signals." One Kraken managed to reach the ship door. It pressed something on its wrist. A high-pitched sound filled the air. "That's an alarm." Sang-min's voice came through the radio. He was monitoring the alien communications from Geneva. "They're calling for help." But the help would come too late. On the screens, they watched as the hyenas continued their attack. The aliens could not fight back. Within minutes, all 3 Krakens lay still on the ground. "Call the hyenas back," Taiwan ordered. Do-hyun pressed a button that made a sound only the hyenas could hear. Slowly, the animals backed away from the aliens. "Did we just win our first battle against the Krakens?" Sun Wu asked, his voice quiet with amazement. Taiwan watched the screens as the hyenas trotted back toward their team, looking satisfied. "Yes," he said. "And now the real war begins." The news of the hyenas' success spread quickly among Earth's leaders. For the first time in 2 weeks, there was hope. But that hope did not last long. "They're attacking Seoul," Taiwan said, looking at the large screen in the command center. 3 Kraken ships landed an hour ago. The screen showed scenes from South Korea's capital city. Tall, armored Krakens walked down the streets. Their weapons shot blue energy that melted tanks and stopped all electronic devices. People ran in fear. "How many hyenas do we have ready?" Taiwan asked. Juri checked her tablet. 20 are ready for combat. We can have them in Seoul in 6 hours. "We don't have 6 hours," Sun Wu said, pointing to the screen. "The Krakens are heading for the government buildings. They want to take control of the city." Sang-min rushed into the room. "Commander, we picked up Kraken communications. They're going to use the subway tunnels to move their forces around the city. They think our weapons can't reach them underground." Taiwan looked at Juri. Would the subway tunnels work for the hyenas? She nodded quickly. Yes. Dark, enclosed spaces would make the chemical effect even stronger. The hyenas can see well in the dark, too. "Then we have a plan," Taiwan said. "We'll drop the hyenas at subway stations ahead of the Kraken forces. They can attack from the darkness." 2 hours later, a special plane flew over Seoul. The city was partly dark because of the Kraken attack. Fires burned in some areas. The plane flew low enough to drop special containers by parachute onto the roofs of subway stations. Inside each container were 2 hyenas, bigger and fiercer than the ones used in Africa. These were the best of Dr. Park's pack. Do-hyun had named them after ghosts in Korean stories because they moved like shadows. Team 1 has landed at Gangnam Station, Sun Wu reported from the command plane. The containers are opening now. On the video screens, they watched as the hyenas left their containers and ran down into the subway stations. The animals moved with purpose, following the alien smell. Team 2 is at Seoul Station. Sun Wu continued. Team 3 at City Hall. Underground, the hyenas spread through the dark tunnels. Their cameras showed the Kraken forces moving in groups of 5 or 6. The aliens used lights on their helmets to see in the dark tunnels. The first attack happened at Gangnam. 2 hyenas named Dokibi and Guishin found a group of Krakens setting up equipment near the tracks. The hyenas let out their eerie laughing calls. The aliens turned, pointing their weapons into the darkness. They wore full armor now, including helmets with air filters. They had learned from the Africa attack. But they had not learned enough. The hyenas charge, releasing their chemical cloud. Even through the helmet filters, some chemicals got through. 2 Krakens fell immediately, dropping their weapons. The others fired wildly into the dark, but the hyenas were too fast. Similar scenes played out across the subway system. The hyenas attacked and disappeared, moving to the next group of aliens. The Kraken's communications filled with confused and frightened messages. "What are these demons?" one alien officer asked in a message intercepted by Sangmin. "The chemicals are getting through our filters," another reported. "We cannot see the attackers clearly." By morning, the Kraken forces had pulled back from Seoul. They left behind dropped weapons and equipment. It was Earth's first major victory. In the command center, Ta-1 watched the hyenas being collected and returned to their containers. 3 had been killed by lucky shots from the Krakens. 1 was badly hurt, but the others were ready to fight again. "This worked better than we hoped," Ta-1 told Juri. "But the Krakens will adapt. They will make better filters for their helmets." Juri nodded. "Then we need to make our hyenas better too. This is just the beginning." Across the world, people watched news of the Seoul victory. For the first time, they believed Earth might survive. And it was all thanks to a pack of engineered hyenas and the scientists who created them. 1 week after the Battle of Seoul, the mood in the command center was tense. The large screen showed a new Kraken ship entering Earth's atmosphere. This one was bigger than the others. "They're heading for North America," Sangmin reported. "Los Angeles, most likely." Ta-1 frowned. The Krakens had been quiet for days. Too quiet. Now they were back, and he felt sure they had a plan. "What do we know about this new ship?" he asked. "It's carrying at least 50 Kraken soldiers," Sangmin said. "And something else. Our scanner shows strange equipment on board." Juri and Do-hyun entered the room. They looked tired but excited. "We have 30 more hyenas ready," Juri announced. "These ones are even better. We improved their scent glands again." Ta-1 pointed to the screen. "Good, because we'll need them. The Krakens are targeting Los Angeles." New images appeared on the screen. The Kraken ship had landed in a park near downtown Los Angeles. Alien soldiers marched out, but they looked different from before. "They're wearing full body suits," Sun Woo noticed. "And those masks look much thicker than before." Sang-nin zoomed in on one of the aliens. "These are new filtering systems. They must have designed them to block the hyena chemicals." "Will our hyenas still work against them?" Ta-1 asked. Juri studied the images. "Maybe not as well as before. They're learning and adapting." "So are we," Do-hyun said. He opened a case and showed them a small device. "We made this based on the recordings of the hyenas' hunting calls. It plays their sounds at a frequency that goes through the Kraken helmets." Ta-1 ordered the hyenas to be transported to Los Angeles immediately. 3 hours later, a team led by Sunwoo was ready near the Kraken landing site. They had 20 hyenas with them, including the largest one, which Juri had named Ghost because of its pale color and silent movement. "Release them in groups of 4, Ta-1 ordered through the radio. "And use the sound devices." The first group of hyenas moved toward the Kraken soldiers. The aliens saw them coming and formed a defensive line. Unlike before, they did not seem afraid. Their new masks were working. "The chemicals aren't affecting them," Sunwoo reported. "They're preparing to shoot. Use the sound devices now," Ta-1 ordered. Do-hyun pressed a button on his tablet. The devices attached to the hyenas' vests began to emit a sound that humans could barely hear. But the effect on the Krakens was immediate. Several dropped their weapons and grabbed their helmets. "It's working," Juri said, watching the video feed. "The sound is hurting them." But the Krakens were ready this time. They pressed buttons on their wrists, and their helmets changed shape, covering their hearing organs. They blocked the sound, Sunwoo reported. "The hyenas are in trouble." On the screen, they watched as the Krakens began to shoot at the hyenas. 2 fell immediately. The others scattered but didn't retreat. Then something unexpected happened. Ghost, the largest hyena, charged directly at a Kraken soldier. Instead of releasing chemicals or making sounds, it jumped and bit the tube connecting the alien's mask to its air supply. The tube broke. Instantly, the alien began to shake as Earth's air and the hyena's chemicals entered its breathing system. The other hyenas saw this and began to copy Ghost's strategy. They targeted the masks and air tubes of the Kraken soldiers. "They're adapting," Do-hyun said in amazement. "The hyenas are learning new attack methods." "They're smarter than we thought," Juri agreed. "We designed them to learn and solve problems. Now they're doing it in battle." By the end of the day, the Krakens had retreated again. They had lost over half their force in Los Angeles. The remaining aliens returned to their ship and left Earth's atmosphere. In the command center, Taiwan looked at the reports with new hope. "The hyenas are our best weapon. But the Krakens will come back with better protection. Then we'll make our hyenas even better," Juri promised. This is becoming a race of adaptation. What neither side knew was that the next battle would take place not on Earth's surface, but far above it. Admiral Kresh of the Kraken fleet stood on the bridge of his command ship orbiting Earth's moon. His 4 eyes blinked with anger as he reviewed the reports of their defeats. "These Earth creatures have cost us too many soldiers," he told his officers. "We must destroy their weapons source." On Earth, Sang-min picked up the Kraken transmission. He rushed to tell Taiwan the bad news. "They found our hyena breeding centers," Sang-min said, showing Taiwan the decoded message. "They plan to bomb them from orbit." Taiwan called an emergency meeting. Juri, Do-hyun, Sunwoo, and Sang-min gathered around the table. "We have 6 breeding centers in remote areas," Juri explained. "If the Krakens destroy them, we lose everything. Years of work and all our future hyenas. We need to evacuate now," Taiwan ordered. "Move all the hyenas and research to the underground facilities." "There's not enough time," Do-hyun said. "We have over 200 hyenas across all centers." Taiwan thought for a moment. "Then we need a different plan." "Sang-min, do the Krakens know which centers are which?" "No," Sang-min replied. "They have the locations but not what's inside each one." "Good," Taiwan said. "We'll evacuate the most important centers first, and we'll set a trap at the empty ones." For the next 12 hours, teams worked nonstop to move hyenas and research materials. 3 centers were completely emptied. The others were partially evacuated, with the most valuable animals and data moved first. "The Kraken ships are moving," Sunwoo reported, watching the radar. 5 attack ships have left the main fleet. They're entering Earth's atmosphere. "Right on schedule," Taiwan said. "Is everyone clear of the first target area?" "Yes," Juri confirmed. "Center 3 is empty." They watched on the screens as a Kraken ship fired energy weapons at the first breeding center. The buildings exploded in flames. Then the ship landed, and Kraken soldiers came out to check the destruction. "They want to make sure they got all the hyenas," Sang-min noted. "But they won't find any there," Taiwan said with a small smile. The Krakens moved through the burning buildings, scanning for signs of life. Finding nothing, they returned to their ship and took off toward the next target. This pattern repeated at the second empty center. But at the third location, something different happened. "They're landing more soldiers at Center 5, Sunwoo reported. "They must know something is wrong." Juri looked worried. "We still have hyenas there. We couldn't move them all in time." "How many?" Taiwan asked. 15 adults and some young ones, Do-hyun answered. On the screens, they watched as Kraken soldiers surrounded Center 5. They moved carefully, wearing their new protective suits and carrying heavy weapons. The hyenas don't stand a chance, Sunwoo said sadly. Then Sang-min jumped from his seat. Commander, one of our captured Kraken shuttles is moving. Someone took it. Taiwan looked at the tracking data. Who authorized this? A voice came through the radio. It was Juri. This is Dr. Park. Dr. Choi and I have taken the shuttle. We have a plan. Taiwan was shocked. Juri, where are you? What are you doing? We're heading for the Kraken command ship, she replied calmly. We have 6 breeding pairs of our best hyenas with us. That's suicide, Taiwan said. The command ship has hundreds of Krakens on board. Yes, but they won't expect us. Do-hyun's voice joined in. We're using their own shuttle. As far as they know, we're a returning patrol. Taiwan wanted to order them back, but he saw the logic in their plan. What's your plan once you're on board? We'll release the hyenas into their ventilation system, Juri explained. In a closed space like a ship, the chemicals will spread everywhere. No mask will help them. The room went quiet as everyone realized what this meant. It was a bold plan, maybe bold enough to work. We're approaching the command ship now, Juri reported. They're sending landing clearance. Taiwan closed his eyes briefly. Good luck. Come back safely if you can. As the stolen shuttle approached the massive Kraken command ship, Juri and Do-hyun prepared for the most dangerous mission of the war. In the back of the shuttle, the hyenas waited in their cages, ready to become Earth's final weapon against the alien invaders. The stolen Kraken shuttle landed in the docking bay of the massive command ship. Juri and Do-hyun wore stolen Kraken armor, though it was too big for their human bodies. Remember, walk tall and move slowly, Do-hyun whispered. Act like you belong here. They pushed a large container with air holes down the ramp. Inside, the 6 pairs of hyenas waited quietly. Juri had given them mild sedatives for the journey. 2 Kraken guards approached them. Juri held up a tablet showing Kraken symbols that Sang-min had prepared. The guards looked at it and stepped back, letting them pass. They think we're bringing food animals for the officers, Juri whispered. Sang-min's fake orders worked. They moved through the ship's wide halls. The ceiling was higher than in human ships, made for the tall Krakens. They passed many aliens, but none paid much attention to them. The Krakens were busy preparing for their next attack on Earth. There, Do-hyun pointed to a large vent in the wall. That must connect to the main air system. They pushed their container next to the vent. With tools from the shuttle, they quickly opened the vent cover. Then they opened the container and removed the sedation collars from the hyenas. The animals were still sleepy but waking up fast. As they smelled the strong alien scent all around them, they became more alert, their eyes focusing. Go, Juri whispered to the lead female, a smart hyena named Shadow. Hunt. One by one, the hyenas jumped into the large vent and disappeared into the ship's air system. The last one, a male named Storm, looked back at Juri before jumping in. Good hunting, she said softly. Alarms began to sound 30 minutes later. By then, Juri and Do-hyun had changed into maintenance worker clothes they found and were making their way toward the bridge. The hyenas have started their work, Do-hyun said with a smile. Over the ship's speakers, they could hear panicked Kraken voices. Reports came in from all areas of the ship about Earth demons in the air vents. The chemical smell was spreading through the whole ship. When they reached the bridge, they found chaos. Kraken officers were putting on emergency masks. Some had fallen to the floor, affected by the hyena chemicals that came through the vents. In the center of the bridge stood Admiral Kresh, taller than the other Krakens. He wore a special suit with its own air supply. Find these Earth animals and kill them, he ordered. They are just beasts. They cannot defeat the Kraken Empire. They already have, said a voice from the door. Everyone turned to see Tadawan standing there. He had followed Juri and Do-hyun on another captured shuttle, bringing Sunwoo and a team of soldiers with him. "How dare you board my ship?" Admiral Kresh said, his voice cold. "Your ship will soon be ours," Tadawan replied. "Your crew cannot fight while breathing our hyenas chemicals." As if to prove his point, more alarms sounded. Reports came in that Krakens were falling unconscious across the ship. The air filters could not remove all the chemicals. "What kind of weapon are these animals?" Kresh asked, his 4 eyes blinking in confusion. "How can primitive beasts defeat our technology?" "That is what you never understood," Tadawan said, stepping closer. "Earth's strength is not our technology. It is our connection to nature and our ability to adapt. We lived alongside predators for millions of years. We learned to think like them." A sound came from above. A ceiling panel moved, and Ghost, the pale hyena, dropped onto the bridge. More hyenas followed, surrounding the Kraken officers. "Call off your attack on Earth," Tadawan demanded. "Leave our solar system and never return." Admiral Kresh looked at the hyenas with their teeth bared, and then at Tadawan. For the first time, there was fear in his alien eyes. 2 days later, the Kraken fleet left Earth's orbit. The war was over. Back on Earth, the hyenas became heroes. A special sanctuary was built for them in Kenya. There they lived under the care of Juri and Do-hyun, who married 6 months after the war ended. Taiwan became Earth's first ambassador to the stars. In his meetings with other alien races, he always brought a small recording of hyena calls. No one ever threatened Earth again. Humans took their place among the stars with a new reputation. They were the species that defeated the mighty Kraken Empire not with bombs or spaceships, but with a pack of rabid hyenas. The end.